all that beta right.
Sean, we've got a question for you on Twitter from Dominic Imperato. He says, Sean, what advice do you have for climbers who want to take it far that started later than age 18? So if you started climbing slightly later in life, what can you do to catch up?
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't my situation, but I do know for people that do start later, just climbing as much as you can is the best thing you can do. You can always start to incorporate a little training. I think volume training can be useful, stuff like 4x4s, but initially the first few years just climbing is the best thing you can do.
When you say volume training and 4x4s, what's that to the layman?
So 4x4 is where you'll take a boulder or you'll take a rope route and you'll climb it 4 times back to back without any rest, and then you'll repeat that 4 times on four different routes or boulders. When you're just starting out, the biggest thing is doing as many moves as you can. So many different possible moves that it's really important to just learn them.
And now seems as good a time as any. Well, we've got you here and a young, successful Slovenian climber on the wall to ask about the Olympics and how you felt when you found out about the decision that sport climbing will be going to Tokyo in 2020. You're only 20 years old. How did you feel when you found out?
Stoked. I mean, it's cool, right? It's cool to see the sport progressing. I mean, I'm a young dude. I'm 20, but even since I started climbing, I've seen it grow so much back home, and the fact that it's going to be on that stage in 4 years it's cool. It's super cool. Yeah, I'm just excited.
And is it now something already, even though the decision's only just been announced, is it something that is really driving you? Are you really thinking about it a lot, or is it just in the back of your mind?
I mean, it's hard to say it's driving me. I think I'm driven regardless. I'm a lifetime climber. I love this sport. But yeah, it's something to go for. It's something to try for. And it's definitely going to be in the back of my mind for a few years now. And I think just because of the format, having all events, maybe going to train a little bit differently and try to stay as well-rounded as I can.
You also do speed climbing and bouldering. What will you do to your training schedule in the next few years? If you, with the Olympics in the back of your mind, how do you think your training is going to change?
The past several years, I've been kind of focusing on one discipline at a time for like 6-month blocks or 3-month blocks, whatever it may be. But I think I'm going to start trying to kind of incorporate all of it at once and just try to be as well-rounded as I can year-round.
And earlier on we mentioned about plyometrics. Is there anything else you'll be adding to your training that you don't currently do?
I mean, for bouldering, strength is so important, so I'll probably be incorporating more weight training than I ever used to do. Never really done it that much. And just more speed climbing. You know, I've been doing it for years, but I've never really focused on it. And, you know, it's good training in its own right, just because you have to be so explosive to speed climb. So I think it'd be cool to start working on that a little bit more too.
We have more questions for IFSC athlete Sean Bailey, but we will wait for them as we watch Domen Skofic. Great shot of our wall here in Imst. Don't forget, if you've got any questions for Sean, or if you want to let us know what you think about this evening's final, get yourself on Twitter, #IFSCWC. Domen Skofic, slightly slower so far than Roman.
Yeah, he's such a fit dude. Sometimes he'll stay on the wall quite a while.
Yeah, him and his girlfriend Janja Garnbrecht currently leading the way in the men's and women's standings this year. Between them, they've won 5 out of the 6 World Cup medals awarded so far across the men's and women's discipline.
It's crazy. Both of them, I think, like the fittest climbers on the circuit right now. You can see the holds he's resting on right now. They're just nothing.
See Domen now make his way into the triangular volumes. I don't think time will be an issue. 2:30. Some of the climbers have arrived here with a little more in hand, but nobody's been too close to being timed out. Not the most comfortable clipping position there. That's, you can see to the left the hole with the 3 tick marks. That's where there's a knee bar. It does make a good place to clip from.
I don't think anyone has spotted that yet. It's hard whenever you see something that you think could be a knee bar. Sometimes it takes so much effort to get in the position that you don't want to try, just because if it's not there, you're gonna lose so much energy. It's a high risk, high reward situation.
Domen just having a little shake out as he goes for that first torpedo. So as I say, as we've seen a few climbers not spot the heel hook here, and it's come back to bite them, will Domen spot it? Needs to get a heel hook on that left torpedo that he's got his left hand on. He's using
like
his
rest.
Yeah, he's using his hand on the bolt on.
He's a really smart climber. I think he probably sees that there's no chalk on that hold, and there's a good chance he'll throw his heel up there.
Yeah, he is taking a long rest here. In danger of using a bit too much time. He'll have to get climbing pretty quickly. Here he goes. Just over a minute left. No one's been timed out yet, but then by the same token, no one's
got to get that right foot up.
Very top of the route.
Wow.
You can see the top of the route there. It's just up and right of the spotlight. Just see it in the subsidiary light.
See, he's tired. He's just skipping that clip, trying to get as many moves in as he can. You're only called off once there's no way you can clip anymore, so sometimes when you get really tired, it's better to get one more move than to get that clip.